All right, this is number 23 from 2.5. We're given a function y equals x squared sine of x and asked to find the equations of the tangent and normal lines to this function at the point where x is equal to 3. I've got my calculator pulled up because it's pretty easy to see that we're not going to get integer answers for this one, since the sine of 3 in radians is going to for sure be an irrational number. So we're going to keep that in mind when we go through this question. And I'm going to start here by finding the equation of the tangent line. So when we begin, we want to write, when we begin to want to write an equation of a tangent line, we need two pieces of information. We need a point and we need a slope. So right now we've got half of the point, that's 3, and we don't have the slope, which we'll get from the derivative. So let's start with the slope and differentiate this function. So dy dx is going to be found with the product rule. So that would be x squared, the first function, times the derivative of the second, so cosine x, and then plus the second function sine of x times the derivative of the first function 2x. So right now I'm looking at an x squared cosine of x plus 2x sine of x. So we want to evaluate this where x is equal to 3. So we're going to go over here to our calculator and type in a 3 quantity squared times a cosine of 3 plus 2 times 3 times a sine of 3, and that gives us negative 8.063, negative 8.063 for the slope of the tangent line. While we're here, we can also find the slope of the normal line. We know it is the opposite reciprocal to the tangent slope, so we can say negative 1 over, and we can put a and s for the previous answer, and that will give us a slope of 0.124 for the slope of the normal line. The only other piece of information we need right now is the rest of the point. So when 3 goes into this function, what comes out? Well, we can say, well, 3 squared times the sine, let's delete that, and times the sine of 3, and that gives us a 1.270 there. All right, so it's time to write the equations of the line. The tangent line is going to have an equation in point slope form of y equals the slope, which is negative 8.063, times x minus 3, there's the x value of the point, plus 1.270. And then for the normal line, we have y equals the normal slope, which is 0.124 times x minus 3 plus a 1.270. There's number 23.